If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings.
Count it up. Line 'em up. Smell the sun shining on me, get my heart up, no matter that trouble.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Champions Corner. I am your host, Adriel Orona, and today we have a very special guest. He is a Dayton native from here in Ohio, a high school All-American, the top 5 linebacker across the nation in his class, a West Virginia University Mountaineer, a father, a businessman, and a mentor. Today, our special guest is Darrien Howard.
What's going on, Adriel?
What's going on? How we doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Yes, sir. How we been?
Been good, man. Living the dad life.
Yes,
Living
sir.
the dad life, being the husband. That's it.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. I got some time.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable watching what you produce in this world.
That's cool. That's really cool. What's your daughter's name?
Harper.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Was there like anything that inspired that name?
It was really my wife's decision.
Okay.
So she named the girl, I named the boy.
Okay,
so
cool.
Next one, hopefully, boy.
Yeah.
You know?
Fingers crossed, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
get to
cool,
name
though.
the next one. So
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Well, brother, take us back. What was it like growing up in Dayton, Ohio?
Dayton was good. Dayton's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
You know, you've been there your whole life. Kind of can't wait to get away from it, but once you're away from it, you're going to always want to come back home.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of love I have with Dayton. It's taught me a lot of lessons, gave me a lot of friends. So Dayton is really a good place to grow up.
Yeah. So I attend the University of Dayton. So how far was your high school from the University of Dayton?
Probably like a mile and a half, 2 miles.
Oh, dude, so you're right there.
Literally right around the corner from UD.
Snap. Oh, snap. That's crazy. I like the Dayton area. I see what you're saying is acquired taste. There's there's a good side and then there's the other side. No, but I think the people that I've gotten in contact with, the people that I've encountered, they're all pretty cool. Like, they're all chill people.
Oh, yeah. Dayton going to have a lot of good people, and we like to represent our city.
There we go.
You know, we like to let other people know that we're from Dayton.
Yeah.
We love our city, even though they get on our nerves sometimes.
Yeah. That's cool, though. So, growing up, did you play multiple sports? Were you always a football player?
So, when I first started playing, I played football, basketball, and baseball.
Okay.
So those are the first 3 sports I started playing. I stuck with basketball longer than baseball. Played it all the way up through middle school. I stopped playing baseball in the 5th grade. Then I transitioned to track. Yeah. Transitioned to football and track. Those was really my 2 go-tos at that point. And then by the time I got to high school, I kind of just locked in on football. And kind of honing in my skills in that area.
Right. So in track, what part of I know track there's so many different avenues. What thing did you do in track?
So actually, in middle school when I started, I did the 100, the 200, and did some relays as well. When I ran track in high school, I did the 4x1. Also did shot put and discus.
Dude, you did a lot.
Yeah.
You did a lot.
I just tried to stay busy. Actually, it was pretty decent at shot put. Yeah. I'm 2nd all time in my school in shot put with 56 feet.
Dang.
So
that's pretty good. You can flex on that. That's pretty
just
good.
a little bit. I wanted that record, obviously, and I wanted to try to get a shot at the state title.
Right.
You know, but it's all good.
What was the record?
58.
Oh, so I mean, you were right there. They should have just gave it to you. You were right there. You were right there.
I got the record for tackles in football, so
I guess you'll take that one. So let's dive into football. All right. What positions did you play?
So in high school, I was recruited as a linebacker.
Yeah.
I played linebacker. So I started as a freshman, varsity as a freshman.
Oh wow.
So I played linebacker all 4 years. By my junior year, I started playing on offense more. Okay. So I played fullback, played some tight end. Yeah. They even threw me in as a little bit of receiver.
Okay, all right. All right.
You know, so I played a bunch of different positions, but I was really more focused on playing the linebacker.
Yeah. There we go. Well, let's talk about the number that you wore in high school. What number did you wear in high school?
So I wore number 47.
Okay.
It really wasn't anything special about it. You know, a lot of people thought it was because of AJ Hawk or anything like that. Yeah. It really was nothing special. It was just a jersey number I was given as a freshman. So at that point, I decided to make it my own.
Yeah.
Try to make a name for the number.
I like that.
So it wasn't really trying to be like, you know, anybody else. Like I want 5 or I want 20 or 52 like Ray Lewis. Like granted, I love Ray Lewis.
He's
my favorite player.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted a name for myself, so I just took the number and just ran with it.
Absolutely. Now, what was the competition like in high school?
So, for my school, freshman and sophomore year, like I said, it was tough. We had a lot of upperclassmen that were pretty decent.
Yeah.
It gave a lot of a humbling experience my first 2 years. It made me realize that I wasn't the biggest dog in the room.
Yeah.
Until I showed that I was the biggest dog in the room. So, junior year, honestly, at that point, I was already solidified as that guy. I was my sophomore year, but came off a meniscus tear.
Oh wow!
And so it kind of knocked me back a little bit, but
as it should. I mean, that's adversity right there, bro.
But junior year, I came back with a force. So junior year was probably one of my more memorable seasons for me, personally, because it kind of showed me, you know, my work, the work ethic I needed to bounce back.
Yeah.
So it showed me how much I had to really put in to get to where I want to be, which is off the setback, I had to push a lot harder.
Yeah. Now, growing up, did you have like the goal or the idea that I want to play in the NFL? Did you have any goals like that?
That was my number one goal.
That was the number one goal.
Ever since I started playing football, and it's crazy because not too many people know why I started playing football.
So tell us. Why did Darrien Howard want to play football?
It kind of all started. This is before your time. Back in 1995. Okay. I'm about, like I said, about 5 years old at the time. Watching. 99.
Okay.
I was 5 years old in 99. I was watching Emmitt Smith and Dallas Cowboys play against the New York Giants, and watching Emmitt Smith. But he was a dog.
He was a dog. Yeah.
Just watching him move, just how hard he ran, and it kind of piqued my interest a little bit. So I didn't really know too much about Pee Wee football, how to get into Pee Wee football.
Right.
So my dad, one day, my second grade, he asked me, you know, you want to play football? Yeah. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how tough it was. I didn't realize, but the running, the hitting, the coaches going at me. I'm like, this might not be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This might not be it. I at a point in time, I'm like, yeah, Dad, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
And I kind of gave him a little excuse saying, my asthma acting up. Mm-hmm. He said, nah, I had asthma too. We're not going to do that. We're gonna stick it out.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best decision I made was to stick it out, because I kind of didn't realize the love I had for it exceeded upon just playing in the league. It's just playing the game in general.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of purity when I played, to where, you know, in the chaos of football, I was able to find peace. Mm-hmm. And that's what I kind of.
That's deep.
That's what I kind of was able to gain from it, playing all those years, playing close to 20 years.
Wow.
Nonstop. It was just
it
was peace.
That's a long time. That's how old I am.
But yeah, for that long, it was a peaceful place for me.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's talk a little bit about the competition that you play. So I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I played teams like Lakota West. I played teams like that. What kind of teams did you play, or did you play any teams from Cincinnati?
So we played in the GCL, the Greater Catholic League. So we didn't get to play like the Molars, the Elders. We didn't get to really play those. We played a lot of more local teams. Mm-hmm. So we'll scrimmage Wayne.
Okay.
But we'll play Troy.
Yeah. Oh,
things
I've heard
like
of
that.
Troy, yeah.
Yeah, we'll play Troy, and even then, besides Wayne, Troy wasn't one of the top D1s, but they still play hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So talent wise, we didn't really see too many teams that were more talented than us, but they worked. And they made it hard to get those wins that you would think that would be easy. So even playing teams like Purcell Marion, Roger Bacon, teams like that, they weren't the best, but they weren't pushovers as well.
Absolutely.
So we played some
you gotta
pretty,
earn it. Yeah, you got to earn it.
So they played some pretty stiff competition. In fact, they was not just going to let us come in and take over.
What team would you say was the biggest challenge you guys had to face?
Biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge.
I'm going to be honest, it's always Alter.
Yeah?
Our rivals.
Yeah.
It's always Alter. Even don't matter who's good or who's bad, that's always a hard-fought game.
Yeah.
So fortunately, I only got one win.
Oh,
high school career.
Out of the 4?
Yeah, I only got one. I came close a couple other times, but that was my only win, which is, like I said, it's bittersweet. But at the same time, I enjoyed that rivalry.
Right.
It made the game a little bit more fun.
Yeah, it makes it more interesting.
More exciting, a little bit more smack talking.
Absolutely. That's all about football, man. I love it. That's how I play the game. I mean, obviously you want to play the game with you want to play the game correct, right? You want to play fair. You want to do all that kind of stuff, but you got to talk a little. You got to talk a little bit.
You got to.
It causes that fire inside of you to really come out.
You get them juices flowing.
Yeah.
We got competitive nature. You can't play football without a competitive nature.
Absolutely not.
So you got to talk just a little bit, nothing crazy, but just to get the juices flowing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of things did you do in high school to prepare yourself for the game? So, tell me about your pregame rituals. Did you listen to certain songs? Did you eat a snack? Things like that. Oh yeah,
I used to listen to Lil Wayne, the Carter album, Carter 4.
Yeah.
So for the most part, during game days, we'll all be in the locker room, and the way our tradition is that we'll, be silent in the locker room, lock in, really focus. I wasn't really built that way. I'm trying to get going. Yeah. So I used to actually go to the freshman locker room.
Okay.
And I'll take all my stuff out of my original locker, go to the freshman locker room, sit my phone down, start banging my music, and just getting dressed, getting my mind right by myself, so I can just really lock in. So like I said, Lil Wayne album was always. Also, I like to listen to a little Michael Jackson, just kind of change it up a little bit, the calm before the storm.
Yeah. I like that. I super like that. Were you a player in high school where you were on focus on drip? Did you want to look good and play good, or did you not really care?
I wasn't so focused on it, but you gotta look good. You gotta look good a little bit. You ain't gotta overdo it, because I feel like the people that overdo it, they don't really always either don't play or they don't play that well. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. The ones that's too focused on the drip, but at the same time, I do want to look presentable.
Absolutely.
I want to look, because there will be pictures taken. So might as well look
nice.
Yeah,
you're right.
So it wasn't a big thing for me, but at the same time, I did want to put it on a little bit.
Now, what kind of training did you do? Because I know you said by your junior year, you solidified yourself as that guy, right? Mm-hmm. So in order for you to be that guy, you had to earn it. You had to train a lot. You had to do a lot of things that way to be in that position. So what kind of training things did you do to get yourself to that point? So
I've had a trainer since I was in the 8th grade. I trained with Victor Piegler. With Higher Level Fitness in Centerville. And we do all extensive form of training, intensity, extreme mobility, power explosion, everything you can think of. And I was training with him 3 to 4 days a week in the off season, nonstop. After the last game, I would probably get maybe a week on a good year, maybe 2 to myself to just chill, maybe and then I'm back into it.
Right.
So I'm back because my mindset at that point is getting ready for camp season. getting ready to get in front of coaches and try to perform my best. So
absolutely.
And I was always a bigger linebacker. Like at junior year, I was about 265.
Oh wow!
So speed was always the question. So
right.
I put a lot of time and effort on a lot of speed training. No, I did strength training too.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to be strong, but I wanted people to know that I can move too.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be what elevates your game too.
Exactly.
Now, do you feel or like training is extremely important, but do you feel like truly like that was the thing that separated you from others, or do you think like it was your mindset that I have this goal in my mind and there's nobody that's going to take it away from me?
It was both really, because my mindset was never to be like anyone else.
Right.
My mindset was always to beat everyone else.
Yeah.
So my freshman year, I heard about Jordan Hicks.
Okay.
I see him in the magazine, see his stats in the magazine. I said, "No, I'm gonna beat those."
Yeah, hell yeah.
So players like that, it like I said, add fuel to the fire. And with that training that I did, with how I was wired, it just started to separate me.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, between my dad, my trainer, they knew what my ultimate goal was.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like very little room for error for me.
Yeah.
And when I say that, like, be days where I'm just like, I don't feel like going.
Yeah, but those are days you gotta work.
Nah, come on. Get up, get in the car, let's go.
Yeah.
You tired, take a nap in the car. We got a 20-minute ride anyway.
Right.
You know, you hungry, we're gonna grab you this sandwich on the way to the gym. We're gonna get this work in. And like I said, I needed that. Yeah. Because there were times where I was ready to just fall into the middle of the pile. Yeah. And like I said, they kept me out of there.
Yeah. Do you feel like as a young athlete, it's important to have a goal? Because I feel like there's a lot of athletes that go into sports with just like, I'm going to play football. And it's cool too. Like some people do just want to play sports for fun. But like for the athlete that wants to take their game to the next level, how important is it for them to have a goal and a training design put in place?
Well, the first thing is to have a goal that's, one, realistic, and two, that's really meaningful to you. Mm-hmm. Because some people set goals that kind of sound good. Yeah. They set goals because they believe that's the goal that they're supposed to set. Mm-hmm. Set goals like one of the things we always talk about is like your why. Yeah. Why are you playing football? Why are you trying to achieve what you're trying to achieve? You know, if you get to a point where you're still slacking or you're not taking it serious, then at this time it's probably time to change your why. Same thing with the goals. If the goal is, I say not. I'm not gonna say obtainable, but if the goal is something that's not. It's not really passion. Not gonna bring out your passion. Then it's not for you. Yeah. Then it's time to find something else that's gonna get that drive going.
Absolutely. Now let's transition from high school football to college football. So you went around. How many fans would you say you were playing in front of in high school?
I played in front of probably about 100,000.
In high school?
And in college?
Yeah. I'm talking in high school.
Oh, in high school? Well, actually, I think the most I've ever played in front of was probably be my senior year. I played in the All-American game out in California. Yeah. The Semper Fidelis All-American game.
Oh, snap.
So we actually played in the LA Galaxy Stadium, and obviously those are free tickets actually. So there was actually a pretty big outcome. That's probably the most fans I've seen.
Let's dive. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Let's dive into that though. Let's dive into you're an All-American. What comes with that title of being an All-American?
Pressure.
Okay.
You have to live up to it. I was a 4-star recruit, and I'm gonna be honest, it was stressful. Yeah. At times, trying to make sure I live up to that stardom. You know, because it's hard to get those type of accolades. It's hard to be, recognized by ESPN as one of the best players in the country. Yeah. And
that's crazy.
You can't really take that lightly.
Right.
Because there's always somebody that's there to take your spot. There's always going to be somebody that pops up on the scene that coaches might like better than you. Yeah. And when you get to college, you're not going to be one of the best players in the country anymore.
Right.
You're going to be starting over from scratch.
Yeah.
And you have to find a way to live up to why these coaches recruited you.
Absolutely.
So it can be stressful. Best advice I ever got from that was just enjoy the process.
Yeah.
As stressful it may be, enjoy the process, because you'll never be recruited again.
Yeah.
You'll never be in this position again to where you're potentially desired by a bunch of different schools to perform for them. Mm-hmm. So enjoy it. Even though it's stressful, enjoy it.
Right. Now, what was the recruitment process like for you? As a 4-star, I'm sure you had plenty of offers rolling in, top 5 linebacker in the nation. What was that process like for you?
So it started off kind of slow. I actually received my first offer my freshman year in the freshman season in high school from UC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Brian Kelly was one of the ones that gave me my first offer.
Yeah.
And then it carried over to when Butch Jones was there.
Okay.
So I held that offer all through freshman and sophomore year. Like I said, I tore my meniscus sophomore year. Mm-hmm. So my recruitment kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
So after my sophomore season, I went into, like I said, intense training to kind of reinvent myself, and then went to the Nike Spark camp, performed well, went to Kentucky camps, performed well. And as I'm performing at all these camps, I start getting offers. I got one other offer. It was Bowling Green.
Okay.
So by the time I get to my junior season, I'm about 255, but I can probably run about a 4.6 40.
Dang.
So,
dang, dude.
Junior season, I actually popped out on the scene. We made a pretty good big playoff run. Lost in the semifinals for state. Yeah, lost to Clinton Massey.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys played Clinton Massey.
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool. So we're gonna go off topic here.
That's cool.
I want to bring that up. So Batavia. So I'm from Batavia.
Okay.
So in Batavia, they play teams like Clinton Massey, Western Brown, all those type of teams. And Clinton Massey was always that team that, dude, they were just dogs. They were big, they were mean, and they were like the toughest team that I think I've ever played.
We got into a pretty big dog fight with them. Because actually the game before, we played Waynesville.
Oh, okay.
We played Waynesville. We beat Waynesville. Win the Clinton Massey. Honestly, we were kind of expecting a win because we noticed that Waynesville beat Clinton Massey. They're in the same conference.
Oh, you guys beat them, so.
So I was like, okay. Yeah. But they came out fighting. They had some pretty good running backs. They just, like I said, they fought us. Yeah. We ended up losing 21-20.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Last second of the game, lost 21-20.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be a good game, though.
It was. It was. Like I said, it sucked because that senior class, I had a lot of real good friends in that senior class, and it just would have felt good to
win it with them.
Yeah, to win it with them. We all, like I said, we all grew up together. A lot of us played together since we were probably about 4th or 5th grade. So
wow.
It would have been a good thing to actually bring home a title with them. Yeah. Yeah.
So again, what kind of so after your junior year, you said you had Bowling Green. You had going into your junior year, UC, Bowling Green.
Yep. So after my my junior season, which I actually put up 154 tackles, about 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started playing offense. I had 16 touchdowns on offense.
Wow.
And so now my recruitment
those sound like some good stats.
Starting to pick up a little bit more. So I started to pull in Toledo, NC State.
Yeah.
West V and Pitt came a little later. Who else? Michigan State.
Yeah.
All those teams started to come a little. Illinois. They came probably around closer in the winter, closer to springtime.
Yeah.
And by then I was probably sitting at about 15 offers.
Dang.
Yeah.
So what was that like when you have these offers, right? Are you constantly talking with the coaches? Are you coming to their campus and visiting them, checking them out? What's going on during this time?
So for the most part, visiting. At that time, we couldn't really talk to coaches on the phone that much. There was a lot of dead periods around that time. So for the most part, I was showing up on campus.
Yeah.
I'll probably take my junior day. I took probably about like 5 visits, 5 or 6. Yeah, about 5 or 6 visits during my junior year, and just meeting the coaches, meeting the staff. I got to meet a few players, going to spring games, things like that. Just trying to get in front of the coaches.
Right. This podcast is brought to you by The Simple Shots Photography. Whether you're looking for somebody to capture a wedding, senior photos, or just a special moment in your life, Ellie is your person. Check out her page at thesimpleshots.mypixiest.com or check her out on Instagram at thesimpleshots. Because when Ellie's behind the camera, each shot tells a story. This podcast is sponsored by Train Like a Champion, where athletes come to get real results. There are no cookie-cutter workouts, just science-backed training to help build your speed, power, and performance. For more information, check us out at tlctrainlikeachampion.mypixiest.com or follow us on Instagram at tlc.513athletes. It's time for us to train different and train like champions. Now let's get back to our show. So out of all the offers that you had, what made you fully commit to the University of West Virginia?
So before that, I actually had plans to hold out for Ohio State.
Okay.
I was supposed to go to a camp on like June 10th to Ohio State, and they wanted to see me.
Yeah.
I've been up to spring practice. I've been up to the camps, everything. I went to West Virginia spring game, and it was raining. It was nasty, but the atmosphere was crazy.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, spring game is nothing but a glorified practice,
right.
And the love they showed for the team and how many people still showed out with these nasty conditions, it meant a lot. Mm-hmm. I actually met. I was walking to a restroom, and I had my recruitment badge on.
Yeah.
Walking to a restroom, a guy came up to me. He was like, he looked at my badge. He said, "Hey, I know you. I seen you on YouTube."
Yeah.
He said, "Wait, you plan on coming here?"
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it, things like that. And he was like, "Oh man, you got to come here." Just going on about how great the school is. We end up leaving the game. We go to a gas station. We're about to actually head back to the city.
Yeah.
Walk to the gas station. I'm going to the counter. I see older couple. They look at me and they was like, "Oh, you look like you play football." I said, "Yes, ma'am, I do.
Yeah.
I do." And they was like, "Okay." It's like, "Oh, I see a recruitment badge. You plan on coming here?" Say, I haven't decided yet. And just had a conversation saying that she was just saying that we treat our players different than most other states because that's all we got.
Yeah.
West Virginia, it's a coal miner state.
Yeah.
They don't have any professional sports there.
Right.
And they treat their university players like professional athletes.
Yeah.
They give them the same love as professional athletes. And meeting the locals and also meeting the teammates, it felt easier to make that decision because I didn't really make it because a coach gave me a good advertisement speech.
Yeah.
I met some genuine people there.
Yeah.
Some of the people I actually met on my visit, I'm actually still good friends with to this day.
That's awesome.
Like a couple of them, honestly, one of them was almost the groomsman of my wedding.
Oh, wow.
That's how. Yeah. That's the type of feel I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I got it. So a lot of people think that I should have made a different decision. Like, oh, you could have went here. You could have went here. But there's no way to guarantee that I was going to get the same love that I got. Like I said, I built some pretty solid relationships there, and I wouldn't trade them in.
Yeah, absolutely. So now let's transition from high school to college.
Mm-hmm.
So you went from playing, other than that the All-American Bowl game, you were playing, I don't want to assume, but like in high school, how many people were really at your games? Like around like?
I say maybe at most probably about 600-700.
Yeah.
At most.
So then you went from that to then playing in front of like 100,000 people at a West Virginia football game. What kind of pressure was on you? What was that feeling like?
So starting off, I got kind of thrown in the fire. I redshirted my freshman year.
Yeah.
But I traveled, so I got to see kind of firsthand how those games look. I was at the biggest games of my freshman year was against Oklahoma. It was 85,000 people in the stands. And I've never seen that many people before, and in those moments they were kind of surreal. Yeah. But by my sixth game, I started playing, and to be completely honest, I didn't even recognize they were there.
Yeah,
once I got the opportunity to be on the field, I was on the field. I was in the moment.
Yeah.
So and it's crazy because my wife asked me probably about last week. She was, how was it just playing in front of all those people, how loud it was?
Yeah.
Because she played basketball in college. Mm-hmm. So she played in front of big crowds, but obviously none that huge.
Right.
And so she asked me, how were you able to just be out there and play?
Right.
Honestly, I don't recognize them. I don't really notice them. Like I said, when I'm on the field, the only thing I worry about is making sure I get the right play call. Yeah. And making sure I make this play. Other people don't matter because I'm, like I said before, that was my peaceful place.
Yeah.
I couldn't really hear the crowd until I was on the sideline. Mm-hmm. But on the field, it was nothing else. I'm locked in.
Yeah. So you were recruited as a linebacker coming out of high school. When you went to West Virginia, was there a position change?
Yeah. So I ended up playing nose guard when I got there. So when I came in, I actually came in a little late. Mm-hmm. I didn't come in until August. So by that time, what I'm saying is my senior year, I was battling an ankle injury.
Okay.
And so my conditioning really wasn't up to where it needed to be.
Yeah.
So I came in a little out of shape, and my goal was to work back into linebacker shape and just take this red shirt. My coach at the time, Eric Slaughter, pulled me to the side and asked me, how would you feel about playing, defensive line?
Yeah.
And at the time, like, well, if it's going to get me on the field, then, yeah, I'll play it.
Right. Not
realizing the difference
and
it was in playing those positions, especially playing nose guard. So, like I said, my freshman year, it was a tougher transition. Like I said, I had to get conditioned for that position. I had to learn the plays for that position. Yeah. I had to learn the technique for that position. So it was a learning curve. And honestly, it got better as I started playing. When my sophomore year turned around, we actually changed our defense up. We got a new defensive coordinator. Well, he was already there, Tony Gibson,
right.
And we switched to the 3-3-5. So instead of me playing, a one technique,
right.
I'm playing head up over the center.
You're like leading the battle, man.
Yeah. So I'm in the mix. Yeah. I can get a double team from anywhere. Yeah. So now my role is don't get beat up, don't get blown off the ball.
Right.
So that's kind of like how it started off. But like I said, when I started actually learning the position, having an off season in that position, it helped a lot.
Yeah.
It helped a lot. When my sophomore year rolled around, they actually offered me my red shirt again, and I was going to take it.
Yeah.
Until we was lacking depth on D-line, so I stepped in and played. I started playing against Tech. Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So once I started playing, I actually had a coach named Coach Cogdell, probably one of the best coaches I had because he reminded me of my dad. Mm-hmm. The way he talked to me and the way he the way he mentored me, it kind of reminded me of my dad. So I kind of keyed to him a little bit more. Yeah. So he told me, he was like, listen, this is your opportunity on the field.
Yeah.
You need to have a great week of practice. If you want to continue playing, have a great week of practice and just give your best effort. So I went out there, played a pretty solid game. We ended up winning by a field goal at the end of the game. The next week roll around, we're playing Baylor, who was at the time number 4 in the country.
Dang.
So he pulled me to my office again.
Yeah.
He was like, look, you had a good game.
Yeah.
But you need to wow your defensive coordinator to get you more reps.
Right.
Because he felt like the more I played, the better I played.
Yeah.
So that week in practice, I went crazy.
Mm-hmm. You got to.
I went crazy. Like, I basically just got the blueprint to get more snaps. So I went crazy. I started treating practice like a game, which is what I honestly should have been doing the entire time. But at that point, it kind of clicked in on what I needed to do to ensure as far as my overall success playing in this sport. It's just practicing the way, like literally practicing the way you play.
Yeah.
I started having fun at practice. I said, talking a little smack at practice, started making plays, and then my coaches started to build that, started to trust me more.
Right.
They felt like they can trust me out on that field, and I got more snaps. I got more snaps. By my junior year, I'm one of the nickel guys.
Yeah.
So when, like I said, when base package come out, they need a pass stop, I'm one of the guys in there.
Yeah.
Because I finally started to buy in.
Right.
Like, I stopped trying to – I was fighting it for a while because I wanted to play linebacker. I missed it.
Yeah.
But I just bought into what they were asking of me and what I needed to get the extra snaps.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say was your biggest welcome to college football moment? What would you say is the biggest one?
I'll say my biggest welcome to college moment, I'm going to say the off-season. I'm going to see the off-season workouts.
Okay.
They're different.
Yeah. Talk a little about how are they different? How are they different?
Listen, I just had a flashback.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So our head strength coach, Mike Joseph, great dude. When I say that he cares.
Yeah.
But he pushes you. And he pushes you and he pushes you to the point where you either gonna break or you're gonna
buy in.
Yeah, you're gonna buy in.
Right.
You're gonna overcome that adversity.
Right.
My first conditioning, we had 300-yard shuttles.
Oh man.
We had half gassers, plate pushes. It was literally like a military workout. I was ready to fold. I was. But before once I showered up, he pulled me in his office and he asked me what did I want out of this.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to play football.
Right.
That's the only way I can explain it. I wanted to play football. He said, well, if you want to play football, it's gonna start in this weight room.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna start with you out there getting reps in practice.
Right.
It's gonna start here. Because those coaches, they watch your progression in the weight room.
Yeah.
They watch how hard you work in the weight room. They ask those strength coaches how hard you work in the weight room. And he told me, if you want them reps, you're going to have to show me first.
Yeah.
And then show those coaches.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was me. I was always in his group.
Yeah.
So whenever they split up into workout groups, they'll have the DBs, the skills, they'll have the combos, which is the linebackers, fullbacks.
Yeah.
And then when they split up the D-line group, the lineman group, they'll have linemen go with one coach, but the head strength coach, he always has some of the top guys in the weight room.
Yeah.
He put me with them.
There we go.
He put me with them. And when I say that I had to keep up, I had to keep up. And it hurt.
Oh, I bet.
It hurt.
I bet.
But now, after that point, there was nobody else I wanted to work out with.
Yeah.
Like, when it came to the groups, it came to I'm always working out with our starting center, starting offensive lineman. Those are the guys I got to compete against anyway. I might as well work out with them in the weight room.
Absolutely. Now, going from high school to college, the training cannot be the same, right? Because you went from being the best one of the best in high school to then, in a sense, when everybody goes into college, especially the Big 12, you might be, like you said earlier, you're fresh start. Mm-hmm. So you can't just go based off the trainings that you've done in the past. Obviously, they give you new workouts and stuff like that. But did you do anything on your own, any external stuff?
So we actually had access to the weight room on certain days. Yeah. So that was a lot of those extra work days, those Saturday mornings. Whether you were out partying the night before or not, those Saturday mornings was always available, and for the most part, I always found my way there. Yeah. Whether it's extra conditioning, whether it's extra speed work, strength work, mobility, whatever. Just had to take advantage of those opportunities. Like whenever I came home, I'll work out with my trainer, but I wasn't really home long to get some work in. So I had to find ways to do that on my own while I was at school. So off season, I did a lot of extra work. Yeah. Up at the stadium earlier in the morning or later at night. So that was kind of one of the things I had to take advantage of.
Absolutely. Now you talk about kind of the adversity that you went through. You redshirted your freshman year. Your sophomore, you started to get more playing time, but. At that time, was the transfer portal something that was very poppin'? Was that nothing?
Nah, transfer portal, it wasn't even a thing. Yeah. My sophomore year, at the time, I was thinking about transferring. Yeah. It was a quick thought. Like I said, I wasn't getting that much at the time. Yeah. But I just started to stick it through. I was never the type to actually quit something. Yeah. I was always trying to find some way. Like, there's a reason why I picked this school. Yeah. So I'm going to figure out how to make it work. And that was kind of what the situation I ran into, and I figured it out.
Right. Do you feel like that was the best thing that you could have done? One of the best things that you could have done?
Absolutely. Because it was, whether I would have had to go Division II to play or what, it would have been easier for me to leave. Yeah. It was harder for me to get up every day and try to fight back. Right. Even though things weren't lining up the way I wanted to, I always had to fight back. Yeah. I always made that decision to fight. Whenever.
It's that drive. Yeah. That's drive. And that truly is what it would help you become successful. Now, I was going to your junior and senior year. You started playing a lot more. Your stats got a lot better. Now, talk a little bit about that. Like, what was it like? Because, I mean, you played some competitive people. You played some dogs. Yeah. So let's talk about that.
So my junior year, I was splitting time with a senior. His name Kyle Rose. He actually went to Centerville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he
familiar with him, kind of.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. He was a big wrestler. Yeah. So I was splitting time with him. Obviously, he got more of the reps. Senior, I'm still paying my dues, but like I said, they trust me enough to put me on certain situations. So a lot of past situations, things like that. So it was all I started to get more snaps. Right. And junior year, it was, like I said, it was going good. That year, we actually won the Cactus Bowl against Arizona State. Wow. So I tell people that people ask why I don't always carry that ring. I have the ring. Right. I don't really wear it though. And then people ask why. Part of me feel like I didn't deserve it. Okay. I feel like I didn't contribute as much as I wanted to. And honestly, with that, it kind of added some little extra for my senior year. Yeah. Because for all the work I had put in, being okay with a Cactus Bowl win wasn't really something in my agenda. Yeah, it wasn't it. I wanted some a little more. It was cool. I love the experience. I'm glad we got that great win for that class, but I wanted something more. Right. So that kind of jump started me into going into my senior year. So going into my off season, shredding in the weight room. I'm shredding. Sled pushes, competitions, everything. I'm going crazy in the weight room. At that time, I wanted it.
Yeah.
By the time we got to spring ball, my great grandmother, she had got sick. She was in a nursing home for a while. She lived in Springfield, but we moved her down to Dayton. So actually, the week of my spring game, she ended up passing.
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, that's cool. So she ended up passing the week of my spring game, and it kind of put a wrench in things.
Yeah.
Like I said, she was one of the people that motivated the most growing up.
Yeah.
She used to always say when I was a kid, have the faith of a mustard seed.
That's great. Yeah,
she used to always say it. I did not know what that meant.
Yeah, oh, do you know now?
I do now. I know now.
Yeah.
I know now.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I'm 6, 7 years old. My grandmother talking about make sure you have faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
And I never knew what it was. And when she passed, I was looking back on my high school career, college career, and I wouldn't be where I would at that point if I didn't have at least a little bit of faith.
Right.
Like I said, I could have transferred out and took the easy road. I could have just called it quits after I hurt my ankle.
Yeah.
There could have been a numerous amount of things that could have just told me, all right, stop.
Yeah.
These workouts are too hard. All right, it's time to call it quits. This ain't it. But I always had that faith, and I always had what she told me in the back of my mind.
Right.
So as we fast forward to the season, I started to feel a little bit more excited.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had a guardian angel.
Yeah.
And through my entire playing career, she's never actually got to physically see me play. Mm-hmm. She was, like I said, she was living in Springfield. She probably seen me once or twice when I was younger. Mm-hmm. Didn't see me in high school, didn't see me in college. And it kind of made me feel good that now she can actually watch me.
All the time.
She's sitting there.
Yeah,
She's right next to me.
Right.
She's on the sideline with me. She's in the locker room with me. So I felt that my entire senior year. And it put me in a position to where I wasn't scared of failing.
Yeah.
I was just going.
I like that. Yeah.
I was just on go. Because at the end of the day, I know somebody got my back.
Absolutely.
So there's nothing holding me back from really achieving what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah. Now, what was the culture like at the University of West Virginia, that football team? Because you guys were really good. So what was that culture like?
So we called it a Mountaineer mentality.
Okay.
Like I said, West Virginia is a coal mining state.
Right.
So they're big on blue-collar work. Mm-hmm. They're big on callous work.
They get your hands dirty.
Yeah, they're real big on that. And we implemented that in our everyday, our training, our workouts, our practices. We implemented that mentality in everything we did because we want to represent the people of this state.
Right.
So even people that are from Florida, California, Ohio, we bought into that.
Yeah.
Because that hard work mentality, it works.
Yeah.
There's success in that. You know, we don't get the privilege of being like the O State, being like Texas, being somebody that
people kind of just flock towards.
Have it lavish.
Yeah.
We had to struggle a little bit.
Right.
You know, we live in the mountains of West Virginia.
Yeah.
It ain't the prettiest sight to see.
Right.
But we working.
Right.
We grinding.
In order for a team to be successful, whether that's Pee-wee, whether that's youth, whether that's middle school, high school football, college football, do you feel that a program as a team needs to be all bought in?
At the very least, 80% of the team needs to be bought in.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you can get the whole team to buy in, that's a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Because looking at a team, you look at it as a machine. Mm-hmm. Each player has different parts in that machine.
Right.
And if that machine is not working to capacity, or if each part not doing their job, there are going to be flaws.
Absolutely.
There's going to be breakdowns. And even with that, and I understand, I know you know, there's going to be players that feel like they have to overcompensate for that player that's lacking in those areas. So if you can, like I said, if you can get 80 players out of 100 to really buy into what y'all trying to accomplish as a team, you have a great chance for success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, were you a leader on that team? Would you say you were a leader?
I had to learn how to be a leader in college. Okay. And I say that going back to high school, I was always the lead by example guy. I was always the one that, I didn't say too much, but I try to let my style of play be infectious to those that
kind of encourage.
Encourage them. I try to make it to where, like, it's not just me out here.
Yeah.
So in college, I had to learn how to be. I had to learn from other players how to be a leader. It honestly took me getting cussed out in team meetings to learn how to be a leader. Yeah. And I appreciate it. I still appreciate it to this day because it's not too many times. At that point in time, there weren't too many times in my life that I was held accountable, especially on the football field. Being from CJ where we don't have all the greatest athletes in the world come through, people tend to try not to hold you accountable because you're a 4-star or you're one of the top players in the country. What I got to tell you? No, if I'm slacking, I'm slacking. Yeah. Tell me. Because at the end of the day, that's only going to make us better.
Absolutely.
And so, like I said, I had to learn that in college. And then as I got older, I started assuming that leadership role and started becoming more vocal. Yeah. And, especially when it came to those hard workouts where it takes a team camaraderie to finish the workout. And it helped me it helped me further in life when it came to assuming that position in certain situations. Yeah.
I feel like too, because tying all back to your accolades and who you are, who makes Darrien Howard, like you're a mentor, right? So being a leader, like even though you didn't grow up a leader, stuff like that, just being able, I feel like that leadership quality is instilled in everybody. Yeah. It just takes a certain moment, it takes a certain circumstance to really activate that. And I feel like once that's activated in somebody, there's nothing that can take it away.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. You have to learn to follow before you can lead.
Absolutely.
You have to learn how to be the leader that you're trying to be. Not every leader is a good leader. Not every leader is an impactful leader, but a leader is still a leader. And depending on the type of leader you are, it just depends on the direction you're going. Yeah. So, like I said, for me as a mentor, I don't make it easy for the students I mentor. Yeah. I don't coddle the students I mentor because it's hard. You don't get those same luxuries that a lot of other people get. You have to understand that your situation is different and it's going to be hard. Right. And you have to find a way to fight through it. Nobody's going to always come to you and tell you that you did a great job. You got to tell yourself that. Yeah. And you have to find a way to overcome certain obstacles when it comes to life being you down, home situations, school situations, even football in itself. You have to find a way to fight through that adversity. Yeah. Because, like I said, life ain't easy. Yeah,
literally. What inspired you to be a mentor, though? Did you have one growing up?
I had a lot.
Yeah.
And I say that because my community, as far as like the people my dad's age, people older than me, they really instilled a lot in me. So when people ask if I have a mentor, I do. I have a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of people that actually took that were a big part in my growth.
I spilled water.
There's a lot of people that's a big part in my growth. I'll say it started with when I was a kid. We used to go to camps all the time. We used to go to football camps, and never really realizing how expensive it was to go to camps. Yeah. So I was always wondering why certain teammates weren't going and things like that. Yeah. And it's because they just financially didn't have it. So when I got older, I started to think about all those players that were supposed to go to those camps.
Yeah.
And be honest, a lot of them were better than me. They just never got those opportunities.
Right.
So, like I said, my family, they sacrificed a lot for me to go to camps, to play football, to get notarized, to do things like that.
Yeah.
And then some people, they didn't get that same support for many or different reasons. But I always looked at myself as that person to try to provide that same support for somebody.
Absolutely.
And so when I started becoming a mentor, I started thinking about ways to build on their passion.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I mean, like, for kids that, like I said, kids that play football.
Yeah.
Putting them around people that play the sport, that know the sport, that are passionate about it, and that will tell them, the truth about playing the sport. Same thing with music. Getting around musicians that do it, that do what you love, and kind of just like pick their brains on how to. So providing the opportunity to better themselves is something that I've always looked at.
Yeah.
And trying to find whatever way I can to do it. So for me, it's all through football.
Yeah.
Because I know football gave me a lot of life lessons that I can never lose.
Right.
Because it was instilled in me through something that I was passionate about.
Absolutely.
And it's the same with some of the other kids that I mentor. So I kind of dive into your passion more.
Yeah.
So you can build those character traits.
Right. Absolutely. And now you are a mentor for the Anthony Munoz Foundation. Let's talk a little bit about that. So I'm pretty new to the Anthony Munoz Foundation. I'm pretty new, but I love it. The atmosphere is so amazing, and I think what the thing behind, or the goal behind it, the purpose of the Munoz Foundation is truly just to help young youthful people. And I think it's so awesome. But I know that you were once a member.
I was.
At the camp.
I was.
So what kind of full circle moment was it when you first became a mentor and not the young person attending the camp?
So I was actually one of the players at the very first IFE camp, the Impact for Eternity camp.
Yeah.
I was there. It was 10 of my buddies from Dayton, and probably about 30 kids from Cincinnati. And honestly, my thought process was it was just a regular football camp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out here, try to win some 7-on-7s.
Right, just ball out.
Ball out. But it was a little shocking to me. It was a little different. And at that time, some of the stuff that we were taught, I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I was young.
Yeah.
I was originally there for a different reason.
Yeah.
So it took me probably after the first year to really appreciate what that camp was for.
Yeah.
And like I said, we still had those character cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
And looking back at those character cards, I started realizing some of those traits that I've built over the years.
Yeah.
As far as like my self-discipline.
Right.
Having a high self-esteem, or my biggest one is integrity. That's one of the biggest ones. Yeah. That's one of the biggest ones I live by. And a lot of that was because I learned what integrity meant through that camp. And being completely honest, that camp kind of inspired me to do more with my mentorship and to use some of those same qualities in it.
To help lead others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So because the way Munoz camps, for those who do not know, we give speeches sometimes.
Yeah.
We get like individual teams, and it's from all the area of Cincinnati, people from Dayton. Mm-hmm. But it's like everybody comes, we have a great time. We learn the game of football, but we also learn the game of life. And I think that is so huge and something that's so impactful. But like when you're working with these kids, is there like a message that you're trying to inspire in them?
Yeah, definitely. One message I always try to preach is that you can't be successful without preparation. And I use that term because it relates to life.
Yeah.
Because as much as you wanted to, nothing's going to be given to you.
Right.
You have to prepare for the things you want.
Absolutely.
You have to put in the work for the things you the things you want, the things you pray for.
Yeah.
So, has inspired the name of my my business, which is called Set the Table. Mm-hmm. So, Set the Table is honestly a play on words. You know how growing up, mom or your grandmother's cooking in the kitchen,
right,
and they tell you to set the table.
Yeah.
If you don't set the table, you ain't gonna eat.
Right.
So I kind of use that to where you have to prepare the foundation that you're trying to prepare the foundation for the success you're looking for or the greatness that you want. So everybody use the term, let's eat, or we're trying to eat.
Yeah.
You can't eat without preparing.
That's
you can't
deep.
eat without preparing that table. You can't eat without putting that work in.
Right. That's nice. I like that. That's cool. That's I never even thought about like your name, Set the Table, and how that. Talk a little bit about your business, man.
So like I said, so it's more football based.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have a big mentorship. I'm big in mentorship with it.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I train athletes. But when I train athletes, I don't just train athletes on how to look fast on social media.
Yeah.
I teach them why we do certain movements. Mm-hmm. I teach them what certain movements are used for. I even break down certain positions to where some of the kids that I work with, they don't understand certain terminologies.
Yeah.
So I break it down to them. Right. I do a little chalk talk with them.
Yeah.
So I'm big on teaching the game in general. Mm-hmm. Teaching them how to play the game, teaching them how to play fast. Yeah. And what does it mean to play fast? It doesn't mean that you have to run a 4-3 or 4-4 to run fast. You just have to know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
That's the only way to actually truly play to your true speed. Yeah. Is to know what you're doing. The more you know, the faster you can play. And also teaching them how to watch film. Yeah. So a lot of kids, they just watch what happens on the play.
Yeah.
Teach them how to break down film. Give them a couple key points to look at when you're watching film.
Yeah.
You know, don't just make it about seeing how many yards they gained on that play or what that left side did but didn't pay attention to the right side, or even how to even pay attention to the person you're going against. Yeah. Because that's the person you see every play. That's your challenge.
Absolutely.
That's your competition. And you have to be able to know how they move and what tails do they have. Are there any key indicators, things like that. So a lot of these terminologies were foreign to some of the kids. Right. And that's why I decided to start teaching them. Yeah.
That's all. Set the table. Mm-hmm. I love that. I think what's cool, too, is you talked about the why. And I feel like I also train young athletes, and I feel like from what I've learned, when a player knows what their why is and why they move this way, why they have to guard him this way, why we have to hit the ball this way, mm-hmm. I feel like that young person begins to then buy in, and then they're like, okay, he really is trying to help me and help me understand why I do what I do or what is needed for it to be done. And I feel like that's truly like so beneficial, and I love to hear that you truly teach like the why of things.
Yeah, because asking that question is you wanting to learn. Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than a coach working with a player and you try to give him the keys or give him what he needs to do, and instead of asking questions, he just goes out there and do it wrong. Yeah. Just because he didn't know what he was doing.
Absolutely.
A kid that asks why is a kid that want to learn. And I'm always gonna pour into that kid that wants to learn more. Okay, so why does this move work on this player, but this move doesn't work on that player? Yeah. Why do I do this way instead of this way? That's when I break it down to him. I never deter a kid from asking questions because there's a chance that they never learned it. Right. There's a chance that somebody probably tried to teach it to them and they just never grasp it. Mm-hmm. So if I have to break it down like a fraction, then I'll break it down like a fraction. I'm not here to try to create the best athlete in the country overnight. Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, it's a process. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Absolutely.
So I always tell my kids, as soon as they start working out with me, this is day one.
Yeah. I
have day one expectations. You know, we're gonna work hard. Only thing you need to bring is your effort. That's it.
I love that.
We'll worry about everything else later. Just bring your effort.
Right. Because us as trainers and us as people, we can't help people bring that. Like, we can give them the tools, we can prepare them as much as they can, as much as we can. But the one thing that we can never do for somebody is effort. That's something that is its own obstacle.
Yeah, you can't buy a dog.
Yeah.
You can't borrow it.
Yeah.
You gotta have that dog.
Right.
If you don't have that dog, this game is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. That's one thing that can't nobody teach.
Absolutely.
It's easy for me to teach someone that does things the wrong way, but he does it at 100 miles per hour. He still finds a way to be around the ball, finds a way to make a play.
Yeah.
Those kids are easy to teach. It's just know-how. It's just molding.
Yeah.
Other kids, if they don't have that want to or that drive, there's not too much you can do with
right.
them.
And a lot of times, like, it doesn't lead to success. I feel like having that drive, and all ties in with that goal. When you have that goal in mind, you're going to have that drive. And when you have that drive, it's game over.
It's game over.
It's game over.
It's game over. That's the only thing that can stop you is you at that point.
Yeah.
Especially if you have people around you that's willing to provide you with those resources.
Yeah.
There's nothing that should keep you from achieving those goals.
Right.
As long as you buy into the workouts, buy into the resources that are provided for you, and buy into yourself.
Right.
Bet on yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, at the end of the day, I know most people aren't gambling people, but if you're gonna gamble on yourself.
Yeah.
That's probably the best investment that you're gonna ever make.
Absolutely. I think it's just trusting yourself, having faith in yourself that I got it. The last guest that I had on, Zaid Richardson, he spoke on the type of people that you surround yourself is going to help lead or going to help make the person that you are. So I think it's important that if you're a person who is surrounding yourself with people that aren't going to put you in the right place, that aren't going to lead you to what your end goal really is, you got to let go of those people.
Yeah. So over the years, my group has been shrinking.
Yeah.
And it's not because I don't like them.
Right.
It's not because we had a bad falling out. It's because we're at different levels.
Yeah.
When you're at a different level, it's hard to hold on to those friends, and there's nothing against them.
Yeah, absolutely not.
At the end of the day, I'm moving in this direction. You're moving in that one. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're adults, and we're gonna have changes like that. But when you match with somebody at your level or someone higher than your level, then you start to create that success because you're not holding on to something that was meant to be temporary anyway.
Right. Sometimes meant to be temporary. I feel like too that's one thing that I struggle with a lot. There was a lot of things that I held on to that I thought that was gonna benefit me in the long run as an athlete, as a person, but in reality, that stuff was really just holding me back. And I feel like as people, we have to understand that and be okay with it. And when we're okay with it, you're going to see a huge growth in you as a person. Yeah,
it's hard, especially when some of those people you might have to move on from, you probably known them your whole life.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, it's nothing that they did.
Yeah.
It's just direction that, honestly, it's direction that God's trying to take you in.
Amen.
He got something planned for you. And as much as you may love that person, it's time to part ways. That's the sacrifice he's asking you to make because he has something other for you.
Absolutely. Now, let's kind of reel it back a little bit. You played against some great players in college, right? You played against Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, prime Baker Mayfield, Derrick Henry. What are some of the players that you played against?
So, I'll say Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback I played against.
Yeah.
In the sense of he never quit.
Yeah.
He never quit. That man, it don't matter. He'll sling that ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't he really didn't have too many of the top targets, but he found a way to get on the ball. He made it so hard for us to really lock in on him.
Right.
We used to be at practice doing pursuit drills, and there would be more boxing Pat Mahomes drills.
Yeah.
We'll have somebody back there scrambling back and forth, trying to figure out how to box him in because he's just that type of player. Like I said, Baker Mayfield, he was probably the biggest competitor I've ever played against. Like I said, he did his share of smack talking too.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
but he competes.
Yeah.
He works his butt off all the time. And I commend him for that.
Yeah.
Like I said, Darrien Howard was a freak of nature.
Oh, yeah, that dude's different.
There's no other way to explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once they put him in the game against us my sophomore year, we knew what it was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I bet. So what kind of planning goes into that? You spoke on how trying to box Patrick Mahomes in. But you being on the defensive line, like, are you focusing on different ways to get past the offensive line? That way you can sack him? Like, what kind of things are going on?
So Pat was always good at extending plays.
Yeah.
So whenever we got to that point where, the play goes on a little bit longer than normal, we just trying to keep him from getting out of the pocket, getting out to the sidelines to where he could scramble for 5 yards or find an open window to deliver a ball.
Yeah.
So we pretty much try to keep him boxed in between the 3 or 4 of us.
Yeah.
To keep him from trying to find that extra player.
Right. Dude, I think I love having you on this show. I think we had a great time. I want to appreciate you truly for coming on. What is one last message that you would leave for a young person or just a person in general that wants to take their game to the next level but doesn't know how?
I say once you find your passion, pour whatever you have into it.
Yeah.
And sacrifice is definite.
Yeah.
You have to make a sacrifice. Whatever you love doing, you're not going to get it for free. You have to sacrifice for it. And especially for these young athletes, I know one of the biggest sacrifices a lot of them don't want to make is their social life, is probably Fortnite, game, something. Yeah. But it's something in their life that they just feel like they can't live without. But it may come to a point to where that can get in the way of you achieving your true greatness.
Absolutely.
So success is a definite. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Sacrifice is definite.
Yeah.
You have to make a sacrifice.
Yes. Dude, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people check you out on social media?
So my Instagram account for my workout page is Set the Table LLC _. It's all one word. My regular page is Coach Dirty _, all lowercase. You can, like I said, I'm on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
You can find me on Facebook as Darrien Howard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you want to put in the work, get with my guy.
Find me. Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, it don't matter.
Yes, sir.
If you want to work, I'll come to you.
It
doesn't even matter.
Let's do it. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate you taking the time to hear my boy Darrien Howard. Thank you also for taking the time.
Great for having me.
Yes, sir. God bless each one of you. Thank you.
I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting.